camera. How do you know this? You don't know this. It's the 15-Minute Morning Show podcast. Let's do it. In the room. Well, out of the room is Scotty B.
Hi.
And then in the room is Gandhi.
Hello.
And there's Scary. And there's Garrett.
Hello.
Who are you talking to? Who are you texting?
I'm just sending videos to friends.
What kind of video?
Oh, D-pics.
Oh, yeah.
I'll check my phone in a minute. And, of course, Danielle is here.
Hello.
Hi, Danielle.
Hello.
And Nate, who is as mad as a dog.
Yeah.
Because they're bringing this special back on TV that pisses him off.
Prehistoric
Beyond
Planet.
belief. What's it called?
Prehistoric Planet. It's on Apple Plus, Apple TV Plus or whatever. And the first season, they would have pterodactyls on some mountain cliff. And they would show through CGI them being born out of eggs, hatched. And then David Attenborough would come on and be like, and they would stay here for 15 minutes before having the wing power to leave the island. How do you know this? It's been 70 million years. How do you know they were there for 15
Look at the
minutes?
anger in his face.
I don't get it. And then they did an episode with these Triceratops, Stegosaurus guys, and they were in a swamp, and there were so many mosquitoes, they had to leave. How do you know this? How do you know this? You don't know this.
Yeah.
It's been 65 million years. You don't know this.
Well, don't they even say that the dinosaur didn't really even look like they think it did?
Yeah.
Or the color that it was?
They could have had feathers,
Right.
hair,
But
none
they're
of that stuff fossilizes.
Speculating on all this, like the mating dance of the Allosaurus. You don't know any
I
of
love how you
this.
just say the amazing dance of the Brontosaurus.
It might as well be scripted and they're just making up facts along the
Yes.
way to entertain
Do
you.
you know that in that Natural History Museum down the street, they have skeletons of which they only have like one bone, and then they thought the rest of the bones looked like this. They only ever found one bone, but they're like, well, we imagined the rest of the dinosaur looked like
That
this.
T-Rex is not all the bones? That was
There's
the...
some
No,
that
some
they
of
have
them
all
are.
the
Oh.
bones. But there's other dinosaurs where they found literally one bone, and they're like, well, this is what the rest of it looked like.
So this goes back.
How do you know
Here
that?
we go. This goes back to what we were talking about on the show today, the Mandela effect, right?
Yeah.
Where we think things are true through history all these years, and we realize they're not true
They're
at all.
not.
And fake news. This is prehistoric fake news.
Fake news. You're just making this
No,
up.
look at the camera.
You're making this up. It's all fake. You don't know this.
We're not going to hear from Nate tomorrow. They're going to get him.
God, it's just so
Well,
frustrating.
then don't watch it, and be a voice for reality, and let people know, hey, the show is on. It's very beautifully produced. It's got the David Attenborough voiceover
Yes.
voice. It's gorgeous. Guessing.
It's guessing.
Is there no disclaimer about that? Like,
They
to the
do-
best of our ability,
They
this is
do
what
a
we...
little, like, okay, so they show you the episode, right? And
Okay.
then you're supposed to watch after. There's like a little 5-minute blurb afterwards of like,
Okay.
this is how we think this happened.
Okay.
You still just think it.
'Cause if you
don't
really-
know it.
Like, if you were to find a human skeleton and had no idea what a human looked like, you'd come up with something crazy.
Absolutely.
Skeletons are wild. Just the skeleton itself. If you look at a bunny skeleton, terrifying. But it's such a cute little thing. So it could have just been these massive, adorable things running around. We have no idea. I love it.
And we made them ugly.
We made them hideous and terrifying, but they might have just been lovely little things. We have no idea.
Pure speculation.
They could have been like big, huge, furry rabbits
Exactly.
eating other furry rabbits.
True.
Could have been.
It could have been.
Well, maybe it's coming back. Maybe the dinosaurs will be coming back because, guys, yesterday when I sent you this article,
Oh, yeah.
giant flying bug found on site of Walmart
Oh, yeah.
turns out to be a super rare Jurassic era insect.
Amazing.
Insect. So maybe this means the dinosaurs are on the way back and we'll finally know what they look like.
Well, they'll always show up at Walmart.
They will.
Don't you think that's rather convenient timing, Danielle?
Why?
They have that insect, and all of a sudden the next day, Prehistoric Planet 2 coming out.
Oh.
They planted it.
Definitely.
Aren't praying mantises like old and prehistoric too? The praying mantis?
Maybe.
Are
I
they?
don't know.
Old.
I don't know.
I'm sure.
Cockroaches have been around for bajillions of years.
And they say the closest thing we have is the crocodile, right?
Yes.
That's close. I don't know. I'm gonna look up the praying
Do you
mantis
know the
now.
praying mantis? My mom was on a ride at like an amusement park, and a praying mantis, this is when she was a kid, landed on her leg. She jumped out of the ride and a man caught her in his arms.
Wow.
What?
She said if he hadn't caught her, she probably would have either been seriously injured or something else. But yeah, because
All
that
thanks to a
bug,
praying mantis.
Yeah, it scared the shit out of her. Yep.
I
Is
think
it
they're
true that
so
you can't
cool.
kill those? Is that just an urban legend that
That's
you
an
get
urban
arrested?
legend.
You can kill whatever you want.
Don't
Danielle,
kill one
imagine
of
that
those.
story was about your dad and that's how your parents met. And
Wouldn't that have been a great? That's a
Right?
great way to start a movie.
Yeah, you're right. That is.
You know, write that.
Well,
down.
when we were in Mexico, our friend Reptile Matt went for a walk around the resort. It's very jungle-like. It's where the jungle meets the ocean. It's just beautiful. The mountains,
cool.
jungle, and the ocean. He found all these walking sticks.
Oh yeah.
You've seen walking sticks.
What's that?
Well, they're insects.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have
Are
a
they-
video of one.
And I mean, they're very praying mantis-ish.
Yeah.
They look exactly like a stick.
That's why
Yeah.
you can't
So
see them half
cool.
the time
Get
because
out.
they build the camouflage.
that?
Yeah.
And
No, these
he
things
was,
exist.
I mean, but Reptile Matt is such a student and fan of everything reptilian or bug, and I mean, he was having crazy orgasms.
Oh yeah, here.
Oh my God, it's a walking stick.
See, look at that.
Yeah, where is it? There it is.
Gary's very excited.
Look at that. It looks like a stick.
Books.
That's why it's
But
called
it's
that.
a thing. It moves. It's an actual animal.
Let's call it a walking stick.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
They're really cool.
Do they bite?
No, I don't think so. Didn't you just go to Costa Rica?
Yeah.
That's the land of walking sticks. Did you not look around?
Maybe I was looking at trees and thought they were trees, but they were actually walking sticks. I
No,
didn't know-
those were trees.
No, we saw sloths and
trees.
monkeys.
So you were see that's the thing. When you go to Costa Rica, you usually look up. Well,
Right.
God, Garrett, you should know.
Yeah, the other interesting thing, the resort I was staying at, they said, we put up bigger fences during the pandemic because pumas were walking around the resort, and they have videos of
Hell yeah.
pumas just like because no one was on the resort.
Here's scary. They had sneakers,
Speaking of Puma, Rihanna's working with them again.
bigger fences to keep Rihanna and shoes at the resort. Scary.
I want to see a walking stick in motion. I want to see
Well,
what
you
it
just
does.
we have a video.
I'm
We'll send it
gonna
to you.
take
We have
a
some
look.
walking stick porn for you.
They rub their legs together.
I can see why Matt got so excited.
He did. Oh God. Anyway, what else? What else are you mad about? Why are
grinds
you
your
mad?
gears?
Why are you mad?
That really took a lot out of me. It really bugged me watching it the first time. But now we're talking about this Murdoch trial, which first off, you see the title in it. What is it called? Like the Murdoch?
The murders of
Scandal in the
Murdoch.
South.
Yeah, it's on the Murdaugh murders.
Yeah.
It's Murdoch.
Yeah.
Because the whole time I'm watching it, the girl, Morgan or whatever her name is, keeps going, Alec Murdoch. And I'm like, is that any relation to Alex Murdaugh?
Yeah.
the guy that they're...
I think technically it is Murdaugh.
They all say Murdoch.
Well, they're wrong about their own name.
might be.
And
Yeah.
they're
They're
murderers.
wrong.
Murder.
You can't have Murdoch without murder.
So do you want to do a little poll? Who thinks he did it? I think he did it.
I think he did it.
I think he was involved. Absolutely.
I don't know enough about it, but I'll say he did it.
I mean,
No,
Yes, Danielle.
don't do that.
Guilty.
That's just as bad as that prehistoric.
he's
piece
got
of-
murder in his name, so he had to have done it.
No, that's no reason to convict anyone.
I think he did it, but I don't think they have enough evidence to prove it.
See, I think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll find out.
But if we were the jury, would
Is
well,
it a hung
you-
jury?
yeah.
Isn't this crazy? Like what we're doing now, we're talking about this trial that's happening now. Hundreds of years ago, they did the same thing. They're like, oh, the Lizzie Borden
The
trial.
witch trial.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen. Did she really get him with 40 whacks? I bet you she's innocent. And they did that. Like, the people were following trials. That was, like, big entertainment.
If it
back
was
in the day.
39 whacks, she gets one less year.
Well, also, and look, we have this fascination for everything crime, TV shows and podcasts and whatever. They say that the line to get into that courthouse for the Murdaugh trial every day was just around the block.
I bet.
People who don't even live there flew in just to try to get in to the courtroom. And there are people that do that
Because we
every
have
day.
people listening that live there, and a few people that have sent in talkback said that they, on the iHeartRadio app, they said that they wake up, they listen to the news from the night before, then they go to work and they turn it on at work and they sit with their other office people at work talking about the trial. Then they go home and then talk to their family about the trial.
Yep.
It's just taking over the entire town.
It's fascinating. The whole thing. I mean, everything they got away with, everything they had access to, and this is just what has been exposed.
Yeah.
So imagine all the stuff under the surface that we don't know about because they actually really did cover it up.
Well, in my little town I grew up in, it was the Candace Montgomery trial, and if you may remember, it was how many years ago? There was a actually it was a series starring Justin Timberlake's wife,
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel.
Yes,
Jessica.
And it was about the murder of Candace Montgomery in our little town. And when the trial was on, I would ride my bicycle, because I couldn't drive then, to the courthouse, and I got in a few times to watch.
Really?
Wow.
It was called the trial of Candace Montgomery, I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, we had Amy Fisher.
Yeah, you had Amy
Oh,
Fisher
yeah,
on Long
Amy
Island.
Fisher.
Fisher, that's
Well, what
right.
happened
The
with
Long
Candace
Island
Montgomery?
Lolita.
Yeah.
Candace Montgomery.
Did she murder somebody?
She with an axe.
Oh.
It was a lady she went to church with, and she was having an affair with this lady's husband, and the lady who confronted her in the house, and Candace Montgomery killed her, and she got off
Oh.
Really?
How'd she get off?
with a vibrator.
That lady's
No,
husband.
but the jury didn't convict her, but they said it was a psychological thing. and-
Oh, crime of passion.
Oh,
I don't
that is
know.
not. I feel like that's not a defense at all.
Really?
No, a crime of passion or
So
like.
if Brandon walked in on you and Jason Momoa,
Oh.
and he like, obviously in a fit of rage, strangled Jason Momoa, and he went to trial for killing Jason Momoa, and they said no, it was a crime of passion. He wouldn't have done it had he thought about it.
No,
and he
that's
got
not a reason to not go to jail. You still killed somebody.
Right.
It doesn't matter that you were jealous or you were angry
No,
or
it was
whatever
passion.
it was.
It
You
was passion.
killed someone.
He couldn't
No.
control himself.
No.
Like
Absolutely not.
I stole that pizza from the pizza parlor, and I ran down the street. It was a crime of
Hey,
hunger.
Crime of murder. Yeah, like, come on.
So the name of the show was Candy. Candy Montgomery, in a 1980s housewife and mother who did everything right, a good husband, 2 kids, even the careful planning and execution of transgressions. But when the pressure of conformity builds up, her actions scream for a bit of freedom. And it was starring, here you go, Jessica Biel, who plays Candy.
It's on
murderer.
Hulu.
Were you in any of the footage, like sitting in the courtroom?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Hey, isn't it true, and I could be off base on this, that when you're really in love and it's next level, there's a thin line between love and wanting to love the person and murder them, because the same the same hormones are released,
Let's
the same
ask
things are
Robin.
going on in the brain. So you literally become a psychosis that's associated with it.
You look kind of psychotic as you describe it.
You did.
But
Your
there's
eyes are like,
psychosis. So when you're really like
See?
madly, deeply in love with somebody, it could just take one little like off-base hormone that could break you, and you could be a maniac and kill a
think
person.
that's sort of the crime of passion
crime of
description, but not admissible, I don't think. Like, I don't know. I love you so much, I could kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, please don't say that
They
to
say
your-
that things
your
go on in your brain that
Yeah.
are similar. The same types of energies are released, and hormones, pheromones.
Well,
I don't know what they
how
are.
many of us are truly, truly in love in this room?
yeah.
Is this describing anything?
No.
I have never thought
What?
about murdering
Well,
Brandon.
Nate is hesitating.
Oh, who
we
in
out
this
of
room would
time?
hesitate?
We're out of time.
We gotta get out of here with that note. On that note.
How do they know?
Bye.
Bye.